Yes, people. Why is my mic not working? Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on Sunshine FC. I'm the host for this show this evening, Flawless Mr. Take Note, filling in for Sunshine. You lot, make sure you run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. It is the Starting Six show, Match Week 5 review. A lot went on in this match week. Manchester City and Arsenal drawing 1-1 at the Emirates. Late goal from Martinelli. Liverpool winning the Merseyside derby in the early kickoff 2-1. 10-man Manchester United beating 10-man Chelsea 2-1 at Old Trafford in an absolute rain fest and dramatic. I won't even say dramatic, but not even controversial. Just poor showing from each team all around as well. So get your questions in. It can be about one of the games I mentioned. Maybe it's another game like Spurs coming back from 2-0 down against Brighton as well. But let me introduce the panelists who are in the building anyway. Gigi is here, Kels is here, Sophie is here as well. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good, yeah.
Hey, don't blow us away with all that energy. You guys good? What's going on? Are you lot acting shy? I know you lot don't intro with Sunshine like that. Don't do that because I'm here. Act like it's just normal. Like, what's going on?
No,
He's all good.
We're good. I couldn't be better.
I just woke up from a nap, so the energy levels are a little low.
All right, cool.
And I'm still annoyed for Arsenal.
All right, there we see. Now we understand. Don't take that out on me. Obviously, you're good, Gigi. You just woke up from a nap and Arsenal, Sophie. So I kind of understand. I get that. But you lot, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you do both of those things as well. And Sophie, we'll start with you. We'll start with that game. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. You said you're still annoyed from Arsenal. Arteta's received a lot of criticism for the lineups. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm just tired, I'm not going to lie. The season's just started and I'm already tired. I think what it is, I think it's just the Mourinho situation. That's the biggest problem. It just doesn't work, especially with Declan Rice and Mendy in that team. It just isn't it. And I don't know why Arteta keeps playing that. I think in general about the game, I'm not surprised how he played with the lineup. I think if you'd played Eze, Waneri or something different, obviously Odegaard's injured, so I get you have to play someone else. But I just feel a bit disappointed with how he played. I do get Arteta made early subs in the second half, but again with Martinelli goal, I mean credit to Martinelli as well because he's doing great at the moment, but it's just all happening too late as well. Like, why couldn't we have done that sooner? Honestly, in this game, I didn't care how we won. Just getting those 3 points would have been great, especially as well because we lost to Liverpool. I think we had to win this game. And again, there's a lot of people are saying we're playing very safe with the lineup, and in these games you want to take risks and go for it. So I just feel disappointed. And like you said as well, a lot of people are questioning Arteta, and I think it's understandable because he's been here a while with this team. I think he should be doing a bit better. It's just frustrating how he played again. We've got some great attacking players and they don't seem to be getting many minutes. You know, Waneri as well hasn't had many minutes and he's just signed a new deal. So it's really just frustrating how he played. I mean, I knew Haaland would score that. That was always going to happen, but after that, I just wanted us to sort of react a bit better to that and get into the game a bit. And I knew Man City would be quite defensive after that. But yeah, I just feel annoyed. Like, a draw isn't the worst result, but if you're wanting to win a league, you do have to win these type of games. And I think we have the players to win in this game. But I think just Martinelli's goal was great, and it's not really on Martinelli, but it happened a bit late. We needed to get a win in this game and we didn't. And obviously Man City as well, they needed to get a win really, but it doesn't feel great, you know, with 5 points behind Liverpool. And I know it's a lot, you know, the season has just started, but it just doesn't feel great right now to be an Arsenal fan.
Damn. Were you surprised by City's defensive approach after they went 1-0 up, in particular in the second half?
I would have done the same if I was Arsenal. And if you 1-0 up, you know, against a team like City, or if Man City win Arsenal shoes, you would do that. I'm not surprised by their approach, but I think we should have just done a bit better and scored a bit sooner, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't blame Man City for sort of sitting back a little bit. They still had a few chances actually though after they scored, and they were probably a bit unlucky there. But yeah, I don't blame Man City for sitting back if you want it up.
That's fair.
Haaland, pass the ball to Foden. What are you doing, Haaland? Like, you should have passed the ball.
When he can square it. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it? Gotta be disappointed to not get the result. Obviously being 1-0 up so late in the game and Martinelli scores. Your thoughts on it, Kels?
Well, let me give a few opinions on Arsenal first, and then I'll give my thoughts. I'm going to just say that Arteta is a coward. I don't know why he decided to start the game the way he started the game. Like, I understand that Bukayo Saka is injured, and so he probably couldn't start the game like that. That is completely acceptable. But to not start Eze in that game after he's like this big signing you just made and you've had creativity issues, I didn't understand that at all. And I was just like, oh, this is typical Arteta. Because I thought, you're at home. This is not at the Etihad. You're at home. Like, this is when you go for it. Like, and it's, it's only the 5th game of the season. Like, and we've shown we have a lot of defensive vulnerabilities. I can't say the word right now. It's just not, so it's not going to come out. But there are certain ways to beat us. And I feel like that has been on display in a couple of these games. And I'm just shocked that Arteta didn't go for the kill, especially at home. Like, I get being defensive at home and being more conservative like if this was an away game, but this has been like how many years now with this? We're saying the same things about Arteta. I don't think he's learning his lessons, and he needs to start trusting his players and like using their talents. Like, when you have weapons that can hurt Man City, I don't know why you're not using them. So I just did not understand that. And to see Pep roll into the low block, I've never seen that in my life. Maybe it's more of a mid block, but
no, that was a
what do I keep saying about Arsenal? Arsenal struggle against a low block. So maybe that was the whole concept. Like, hey, they struggle with it. We've seen them, even though I don't think this was like the tightest of low blocks because we just simply don't have that caliber of player. But I'm thinking this is a very encouraging game for Man City. We're slowly getting better as the season is progressing. Like, we had a very rough start to the season. Basically, had no preseason. Had a couple of really tough games. It got completely sucker punched by Spurs in that game at the Etihad. But since the international break, we've looked better. We actually did play the same style at home against United. But I think that was more of just a quality issue because I think we know that United are just kind of, they're not playing very well right now. So like giving them the ball and asking them to perform, I think just suited us in that game. I was not expecting the same approach against Arsenal, who have looked a lot more organized. They have more of, they have players who are like together. Like, United's players just have not played together. So I get that they're kind of out of sync, and maybe that's why Pep did it in that game. But Arsenal a little more further down the path. Like, they have more the progression. Like, their team knows what they're doing more. So I figured that this approach, like giving them the ball, that could have been dangerous because like maybe they would have known what to have done with it. But then he didn't play any like offensive players. And when you don't have anyone who can get the ball to Gyökeres, it's very easy to mark him out of the game, as we saw. And I think you've seen it in some other games too. Like, it's very different playing with a striker. You like your whole team has to change to like everybody's goal has to be get the ball to the striker. And I haven't seen that from Arteta yet. So he's got to work on that still. But City have been struggling. And so if you had asked me about this game right before the international break, I said, yeah, we're going to lose this game automatically. Like, I had no hope whatsoever. But, the United game and then the Napoli game started giving me a little bit of confidence that maybe we could have gotten something out of it. And I even predicted a 1-1 draw. So I got something right. But Erling Haaland continues his hot form. And the team is just slowly getting better and better. Like, Tijani Reinders, I think that was probably one of his best performances in a City shirt. I think he struggled. Like, he played really well against Wolves, and then he struggled for the next like 4 or 5 games. And so he looked a lot better in the game. And unfortunately, he made the mistake. Just kick the ball out of play. Like, don't take on 4 men, lose the ball, and give up a counter. Like, I'm hoping he'll learn from that situation and not do it again. But like City, this is not 2023 anymore. We're not like that team. I think we're a title contender. I don't think we're a title favorite. So I think that's a big difference. Like, normally we're a title favorite, and we're trying to get back to those levels. And I think this was like a good step because I didn't have a lot of hope going into this game. And I'm pleased with the performance, brand new style as well. I think we kind of had to do it because this was our 3rd game in 7 days. And plus we played on Thursday and had to play again on Sunday. Thankfully the Thursday game was at home. I don't know why they're doing Champions League on Thursday. Like, what? That's usually Europa night. What are we doing? So that was a little annoying. And I'm impressed with Pep keeping the same lineup because usually that's where he starts to tinker. But like, that lineup had been working, so I would have been really confused if he had changed it. And thankfully he didn't. And I think that's our best lineup that we can field right now. So I think he went for it, and it almost worked. It almost worked until one mistake at the end. And so I'm gonna I'll take the point because that's the phase I'm at right now. But I think my team will continue to get better and better, and hopefully we start hitting our peaks when we play Liverpool. Maybe we can give them a game.
Well, that's fair. How big of a blow do you look at it with the 2 points dropped? There is a long way to go, or do you think it's like crucial in the title race?
It's September. I don't know why we're talking about a title race in September. Like, I think there's a long ways to go. I think my team, and I know from experience and history, my team is known for going on runs late in the season. So maybe it'll be too little too late, but I have confidence we're going to do that again this year.
Also, you have faith in the City side that their ability to go on and let's say like win 10 matches in a row, for example.
Yeah, second half of the season, yeah. Not right now. We're not at that level yet, but we do have some easier fixtures coming up. So hopefully we could just put some points on the board and, we'll just see what happens.
Well, that's fair. Great result for you, Gigi. Probably the result you was looking for in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
tell by the smile. Yeah.
I can't really say I'm a neutral in this because I had a very vested interest in the outcome of this game. But as a non-participant, I had a couple takeaways. I thought Doku was great. I thought he was amazing yesterday. Erling Haaland with a head of steam can always terrifying. Like it's still terrifying. And I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that like creative players like Eze, I think Arteta's scared of it. I think he seems uncomfortable with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like he seems very comfortable with get the ball, get it down the wing and cross it into the box. That seems like something that he like understands how that works. Like he can connect the dots on that. But like, I just feel like to have Eze at your disposal and to not use him at home, like honestly, just like what are we doing? You know what I mean? I just feel like I don't know, like 3 points in this game for Arsenal, just like mentally would have been huge. You know what I mean? And like Liverpool's like 5 points is not insurmountable. Not at all. Not at all. There's so much time left in the season. Anything can happen. Knock on wood. Injuries. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so much that can happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah. But, Kelly mentioned that City is going to come into some easier fixtures. Arsenal is about to come into some easier fixtures. But like Liverpool's about to come into some easier fixtures too. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's been like a bit of a rough start for everybody. Everybody has had some difficult games. And so when you start looking, especially in that like mid-November to like up to the festive fixtures, like you look at everyone's schedule and it's like, okay, I can see some easy wins here, right? And so for me, it's just like mentally to let Liverpool put 5 points on you, and it's still September. Like, you know what I mean? Like we weren't talking about 5 points last year until like mid-November. You know what I mean? And so like, just like we say, anything can happen with injuries, like, nobody can say. You can also say like, when I looked at the schedule, I predicted that Liverpool would drop points by now. But like,
what games did you think you was going to drop points in out of the first 5?
I thought we were going to drop points at Newcastle. Because Newcastle away is just
that's always a tough game.
It's one of the hardest away fixtures in football.
Yeah, and for us specifically, like we have not gone there and won a ton recently. I thought we would drop points. I thought Arsenal might be a draw. So those were the 2 main fixtures that I saw us dropping points in. And strangely, like it's not done yet, but like Palace was on my list as like a tricky game. We haven't dropped points. Like I didn't predict that we weren't going to drop points, but like moving forward and like after the October international break and the November international break, like there's also the possibility that we could extend this lead a little bit. Like I could see that happening as well. So it was the best possible result that I could have hoped for, because if City won, I feel like they could like really kick on from that. And obviously, if Arsenal won, that wouldn't have been good for me. So I'm very happy.
Who do you think's the bigger fraud of the two? Who are you more fearful of, City or Arsenal?
Oh, Arsenal.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What's the difference in the two?
I find that interesting.
The difference in the two is that like I back Liverpool to start coming together by the November-December timeframe. And so by the time Man City gets it all together, I think we might have kicked on to the point where it's just too far to overcome. I know. I feel her. Same. But Arsenal, I really do feel like Arsenal is right there. And that's why I couldn't be happier that Arteta seems to kind of like be scared of the chaos.
So why would you be scared of Arsenal if we've said that Arteta's like doesn't seem like he's up for this kind of a challenge or like kind of a job?
I didn't say I was scared of them. I just said I saw them as our closest challenger.
Okay.
At this point, like, I mean, I don't. I would say if
you would have learned from Pep Guardiola.
No, I would have said if City was in Arsenal's position, I would be like biting my nails and like booking therapy sessions to get through every
new underwear. Squeaky bum time.
Truly. Yeah. So, but I do think Arsenal is Arsenal's closest right now, I feel like.
Kels, you think that you're better than Arsenal? Like overall?
I think we'll finish ahead of them. Yeah.
All right. What's the difference between the main two, in your opinion?
What do you mean, the main two?
I mean, what's the difference between you two? Sorry.
I have Pep Guardiola, so I back him to. I back him to steer the ship. Like last season was a complete and utter disaster, like from start to finish. Like we had all the injuries, we had a lot of players decline, and we had more wins than Arsenal did last season. So in the Premier League, I know they finished ahead of us in the table because they had more points from draws and we had more losses. But I back my manager. I mean, I have no reason not to. Like, there's times I get frustrated with him, but he has won me 18 trophies in like 9 years, 10 years, something like that. So I trust him to get us to where we need to go. And he's got new players. And right now we're at the phase where the new players are meshing, but they're going to get better. Like we're seeing it game by game. Like Johnny Rangers is getting better. Like Ryan Turkey is going to get better as a player. And Marmoush still has to come back into this team. Like we haven't had him for the past couple of games. So we still have like some firepower ready to go. And if we need something in January, I back my team to address that. Like, you know, we just got some massive sponsorship deals in, so we have the cash. Like billion pound deal with was it Puma, and then there's another one. I think it's one of the banks, some bank deal. There's a shirt sponsor, and at the Etihad Airways, we're renewing the sponsorship with them. So we have some massive money coming in, and if there's a deal to be had in January, I back them to do it. So. And we have young players improving too, like Husanov, one of the unsung heroes yesterday. The game changed dramatically when he left the game. I think if he's in the game late with his pace, I think he catches Martinelli and maybe Martinelli still scores, but there's going to be a lot more like confusion and thought in his head. Like Nathan Ake was chasing him down, and Nathan Ake his legs are shot. So that was just unfortunate with Husanov. That's the second game where Husanov has gotten injured that we've had a lead, and as soon as he gets off, we've blown the lead. But I also wanted to throw in one more thing. Arsenal, I think they missed an opportunity because one thing that this team has unfortunately shown this season is when we give up a goal, we tend to crumble and give up another goal, sometimes in very quick succession. So if they hadn't spent like 2 minutes celebrating, they just quickly thrown the ball into play, and they could have caught us right off, and we might have lost the game. So. Lesson to be learned from your players. Celebrate when the whistle's blown, because you could have won that game. because I think we were at the point I think we might have crumbled in that situation. But
it's the fact Arteta was celebrating as well, and I was just like, oh, God, I think we could have won that at the end actually.
Yeah, because we were getting tired too. We were so tired. That's why they made all the subs. Yeah. That's why Holland had to come off. Holland was he's just exhausted. He hasn't had any time off this season really, because like there's just been like with Marmoush out, there's no one to really back him up. Like I think yesterday it turned into Doku being a false nine. I'm like, what? What are you doing? And then Doku got tired because Doku has never had the endurance. But also shout out Doku. I've been very critical of him, saying he needs to step up. And since Marmoush has been out, he's stepped up. So
because right before Doku,
consistency from him, and I finally did.
Right before Doku came out, he have that one last run, and he like put a cross in front of the goal, and I was like, he
went just wide. Yeah, he played well. He did play very well in the game.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better. Yeah. I thought Foden had a good game too. I think he's improving and getting back to his best. And I'm always crapping on Bernardo Silva for being too old, and I think he's washed up. But that was a captain's performance yesterday. I know how much Liverpool fans hate him. I think Arsenal fans are going to start hating him just as much after yesterday, because he was being a captain shithouse.
Yeah, it's because he'd be talking like a content creator. That's what that is. Like, them quotes true what he said about seeing, what did he say? Seeing City as more of a title threat than Arsenal, because they've actually won. That's what he said. Yeah, Liverpool,
I know he's been yapping a lot, though.
Yeah.
Him and Rodri came out with some very, very big quotes, and I thought Rodri had him. Oh, God. Rodri's getting back to his best. It's a slow process, and there's going to be bumps in the roads as there is with any ACL injury. But I think I bet he was massive yesterday. Such a presence. Just anytime there's danger, he's getting it back and all this stuff. So that's going to be a big factor in our season is Rodri, because when he's in full fitness, he's one of the best on the planet. I personally think he's the best, but I realize it's a subjective debate. No, and he's still a Ballon d'Or holder for the next 30 minutes or something. Right. Unless they've already started the ceremony, I don't know. Trying to see if
that's fine. No, the reason why I was asking you in regards to where you have your teams and where you see the opposition is obviously I don't know, so I'm just gauging it to see, because everyone has different opinions of who's winning the league title between the three as well. But Gigi, we'll go to you. Merseyside derby, ran out 2-1 winners, maintain 100% records. 100% record. Thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I have a couple things to say.
Yeah, we know you got the notes. Love this.
Yeah.
Get that notebook out.
I wrote it in my notes. I have it down. I didn't want to forget. So Ryan Gravenberch, that goal, just everything about it was chef's kiss. Like the body control, the touch, everything about it was impeccable. Ryan has scored 2 goals in 6 games. And that is a lot for him. He does not usually do that. So if he is adding goal scoring to his ability to progress the ball from deep and evade the press, and if he's adding passing into his repertoire, everyone needs to hold on, because that is new. This is something new. They told me that Hugo Ekitike was clumsy and that he couldn't shoot. He can shoot. Things that I heard all of last year was Liverpool can't continue to depend on Mo Salah this much for goals. Where are they going to get goals outside of Mo Salah? So this year, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Ekitike, Virgil was getting in the action, Ngumoa, Chiesa, in addition to what we eventually will get from Isak and Florian Wirtz. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. On Florian Wirtz, number 1, it's not my bank account. Number 2, it's not like he got benched and we are searching for answers. He got benched for one of the most balanced midfields in the league. I think that he can go 0038. For all I care, if we win the league, it really doesn't matter. Eventually, he will put it together. Isak and Ekitike. They're both.
Just as you said that as well. Oh, big up to Oak.
They're both so good. Is someone eventually going to get unhappy and want to leave? Probably, but that is a future Gigi problem. That is not a today Gigi problem. And for today, Ekatike is posting his highlights to Meek Mill's whatever you need. So like whatever Slot needs from him, he's willing to do right now. And that's literally all that I care about. The second half of that derby, me no likey. And lastly, Milos Kerkez was excellent. He won 100% of his aerial duels and had 6 headed clearances. And I appreciate a short king who takes care of his business in the air. That's what I have.
You appreciate a short king. Sorry, that's a new one. I've not heard that. That's why you mentioned Verts there. Of course, the overall thing is about Liverpool in the Premier League, potentially Champions League, potentially more trophies, of course. But does his form concern you? And do you think it was right for him to get dropped?
Yes, I think it was right for him to get dropped. And I think the evidence was that midfield in the first half. So, like, at this point, the McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai midfield is so in sync. And it powers the engine of that team so much that unless you show me something, unless Vert shows me something, like, it's getting to the point where it's like, look, I back you. I think you're going to figure it out eventually. But literally right now, we have to get results. And that midfield is going to get us results. You saw how fluid the team was when those three got to play together again. And they gave up some control in the second half and Everton started to get back into the game. But really, that's because McAllister still isn't at like match fitness. Like you could tell, like he was starting to get gassed. And so that's why the midfield substitutions got made, all that good stuff. But like, I think when you have all three of them fit, healthy, and playing together, I don't think they would have let Everton start to grow back into that game the way that they did.
So would you start that trio against Palace in the next league game? Would you leave out Verts again, or would you throw him in against Palace? Because you got Chelsea after that.
I think it depends. I think it depends what he's able to show in midweek against Southampton, or not midweek, tomorrow against Southampton. I just think that like the physicality that you get from Szoboszlai, sort of like the progression of the ball from Grav and everything that McAllister does, like every game, I think that is just such a weapon against, because right now, like, it's the physicality. It's the physicality that is getting to Verts. I feel like if he wasn't giving so much up physically, I think the timing would start to click a lot easier for him. But I think it's adjusting to both of those things. And you just like, they're like, even though McAllister is like, you know, a little bit of a shorty, like he's strong, you know, like that, they're all physically strong. Like you're not, it's difficult to bully them. That's a physical three, right? I don't know. It's not disrespect to Palace to say that I don't necessarily know that they need that kind of like overpowering like midfield against Palace. But if he doesn't show me something, like he can't start against Chelsea.
Yeah. You say because they got a midfield that can get physical, in particular, Caicedo. So hey, overall point on that. Yeah. If he doesn't play well against Southampton.
Yeah. If he doesn't show me something, I honestly I don't think you can start him against Chelsea.
Chase. I hear it. So what are you saying? Thoughts on the Merseyside derby? Obviously, you lot are chasing these lot down, but they just seem to be able to just win games regardless.
Yeah, Liverpool seem unstoppable at the moment, and that's credit to them. Like, even if they're not always the best in the full game, they're finding ways to get a win, and that's the most important thing. Liverpool remind me, Arsenal a few years ago when we would always find that way. I know it didn't work out for us, but Liverpool remind me of what Arsenal used to be a few years ago, and I think that's what you need to do. I think you just have to take each game at a time. But yeah, Everton as well in the second half, they made it quite difficult for Liverpool, especially when they got the goal. I could tell they sort of kicked on from that as well. So yeah, I think Liverpool, just getting a win is important. Sometimes it's going to be tough to see out games, but you do have to have a bit of luck. You have to just find ways to win if you want to win the league. As we've all said, it's so early, but you're in a great position right now, and I think you just got to enjoy it. And I don't think Liverpool will drop off or at any point, because you've got such a big squad. You've got so many options now on the bench as well, especially in the attack as well. So I think Liverpool, I mean, it's so hard to say right now as well, but I think Liverpool are in a great position to win the league. Obviously as well, I mean, with Arsenal, Man City, I think, as we've mentioned as well, it's not over for anyone. It's so early on, but I think the way Liverpool is showing sort of the fighting spirit, not giving up, I think that'll get them a long way. I think as well, you have to hope you don't get any injuries as well. But I think Liverpool are in a great position right now. I mean, you'll want to build on last season, win the league again, the Champions League as well. You want to go far in that. So, yeah, I think Liverpool will do really well this season. I think with the squad you have, I mean, I've got to say as well, I think Van Dijk as well has done really good this season. I mean, I think he's getting your goals, he's doing well defensively. I think you've got some great players. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do think Liverpool will win the league this season, but it's early days. But if you're a Liverpool fan, you'd be over the moon of how it's all going right now.
Yeah, that same to you, Kels, as well. Not only the Merseyside derby, these lot going 5-5.
I'm going to be honest. I did not watch the Merseyside derby. That was a 4:30 kickoff my time, and I don't get up at 4:30 unless it's Manchester City. And even that, I'm old. I can't do that anymore. So I didn't see it. But I think there's some cracks in this Liverpool team because they've played, like 6 games, and they've had 0 clean sheets. That can be a harbinger of things to come. I know you have Alisson there, but even Alisson is giving up quite a few goals.
Arsenal and Burnley were clean sheets. Just that,
Oh, the Burnley one. No, you're right. My bad. Okay, I got that stat wrong. My bad. But you have given up quite a few goals, and that can be a harbinger of things to come.
Yep.
So I forgot about the Arsenal one too. Damn. Wow, I really got that one wrong. My apologies. But I still think there are some problems in that back line. Primarily depth. I don't think you have any depth options back there. So if we're gonna rag on Chelsea for that, I think it's only fair to include our Liverpool in that conversation as well.
Only difference.
But other than that, I think they're flying high. They're flying high. Just keep getting those results. And I said they were favorites to win the league before the season started, and I still think that. But I do think that there are some cracks and there's some chinks in the armor, and it's just a matter of anybody can exploit it. We saw Burnley low block them, and they found a way to win the game, but maybe other teams will use that as a template. You never know. Maybe Pep Guardiola will.
Yeah.
Since he's doing it to Arsenal, maybe he'll do it to Liverpool. I mean, I have no idea.
He did it to Arsenal. I would be shocked if he didn't deploy.
Well, and the types of teams that'll do that are the teams that on paper look like the easy ones, like the promoted teams. Maybe not Sunderland, but I could see Leeds doing that. I could, I didn't watch the derby, the Merseyside derby, but I wouldn't be surprised if Everton tried to roll on a little more defensively. And so there are games where you do drop points in those kind of games, no matter how high you're flying. But yeah, I mean, but what else? There's really nothing else to say. Ekitike is looking very good. I gave him a bunch of crap before the season started, but he's looking pretty good. He's got 4 goals? What did you,
Kels?
I was just like, this guy's overrated. He's another Frankfurt, Bundesliga flop, blah, 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 just the normal lines.
I love that.
And he heard me and he took that personally. And so he's fitting in very nicely. I do wonder if Slot is going to figure out a way to play him and Isak together, because I get that they had, Wirtz and Isak on the bench, but their best lineup should not have any of those players on the bench. It's, all of these big money signings they made should all be in the starting lineup, and we'll see how that goes. So, and if they're all in the starting lineup, that means your bench has hardly anything on it. So
the only thing
that can be a tricky situation.
The only thing,
and also you can't forget when Mo Salah goes to AFCON, I think that's going to hurt you quite a bit. Or maybe you'll just play 4-4-2 while he's gone. I don't know.
I mean, I think, the thing about Isak and Ekatika, and even Slot has said this, is that he was like, their positions, like, they're nines. Like, that's the best position for both of them. And so it's not an ideal situation to have your starter and your backup of such quality. I personally don't think that Liverpool's best 11 has both of them in the starting lineup. I just don't think so. And again, it's kind of like, people will throw out like, oh, you can't pay that much money for Ekitike and then have him be your backup and have him be on the bench. And I'm just kind of like, watch me. Like, it doesn't.
We'll see a transfer request from him next summer.
I mean, potentially, right? That, like, he's done that well that, like, it wouldn't shock me. Pay us, and you know what I mean? Get have him.
Hey, that's the problems you have when you're at big clubs. You gotta be able to keep quality players happy, because you don't want to have terrible players on your bench, because then if players are off form or players go down injured, it's like we have nothing on the bench. Like, look at Arsenal's bench yesterday.
I'll tell you from experience, the only way to keep them happy is to win everything. And I mean everything.
Yeah.
Winning
and
is,
even
winning
even sometimes that's not good enough, because Riyad Mahrez won a treble and he said, fucking him out.
Yeah.
He went to Saudi, he cashed out.
Yeah.
And that was him winning a treble.
Yeah. Admittedly, and so that's the thing that, like, keeps me up at night. Like, I don't really worry about Vertz's form or like anything like that. I do worry about being able to keep everyone happy, because we're also like one step from that problem in our midfield, right? Because, like, if everyone is playing at top form, we have 4 guys for 3 spots. And so,
unless he plays the Basel as a right back,
right?
There you go, problem solved.
Hey, there's 2 right backs out there, so you got 3 competing for 1 out there. Hey, this is what it's like when you compete on all fronts and you're a top quality side.
Right.
Well,
this is why your manager gets paid big money.
They don't rate Connor Bradley anymore, but maybe I'm hearing incorrectly. I don't know.
I do. I just he's made of toothpicks and he cannot stay fit. So that's what I don't like.
Nah, to fully hear that. But that's why the manager gets paid big money, is to deal with those things. Because even what was telling in the Arsenal City game, when I looked at the Arsenal bench, I was like, geez, that's why Arteta is even more of a criminal, because I looked at the bench and I was like, how much more firepower do you need to do something? And I looked at the squad overall and went, yeah, they're falling short because of you. Arsenal have a team that's good enough to win the league, but it's just Arteta. He's criminal.
I think Arteta's gotten them to as far as they can go. I don't know if he's the guy to take them to the next level, but I don't know if he's available.
Right.
Unless you're going to try to pry like Hansi Flick out of Barcelona, or if you can somehow get Enrique out of PSG, something like that. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of them. You at least give an up and coming guy a shot, because we know how this ends. Because like it's criminal what he's done. He should have won one already, but that's a whole different conversation. Hey, you lot, though, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, hit the notification bell as well. I don't know how many likes we're on, but it's not enough, so run them up. And like I said, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. I don't even want to talk about this, but I have to. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. Kels, your thoughts? I don't know if you watched or not, but your thoughts on the game, everything that happened, 2 red cards. Rain in Manchester, the whole night.
I did. I watched most of the game. I had another game on, so I was kind of doing the two games at once. But Robert Sanchez, I've said this before, absolute bozo. And guess what? He cost them. But what on earth was Maresca thinking, subbing everybody off? Like, what? Why are you subbing Cole Palmer off? Why are you subbing Pedro Neto off? What?
Palmer had an injury. He said Palmer had an injury. That's what he said.
Oh, you know what? I think I did hear that. I think he has a groin injury or something.
But even if he did, why not sub him off?
Yeah, do like
why start him? Yeah, I don't get why start him if he's injured, but that's a whole different conversation. But sorry, go on.
I didn't get that. I thought the Casemiro second yellow was unbelievably soft, but at the same time, if you're on a yellow, don't do that. But I didn't think he should have been sent off. And then after that, it just became like a slip and slide. Not a lot of high quality football there, but in that situation, when you're facing 10 men at home, you got to win the game, and United won the game. What else? There's not much else to say about that. They did what they needed to do, and for them, that's a big win because they've had, it seems like every day it's like Emmeram. Is he going to be sacked? Is he going to be sacked? And I think this, maybe they'll keep him a little bit longer now. But yeah, you won the game, and I can't say I'm super impressed, but hey, a win's a win. Take it. Take the money and run. And for Chelsea, I don't know what to think of them. I think they had one of the easiest schedules on paper to start the season. I expected them to be top in the league, but then they dropped points. They dropped points at Brentford. They bottled that game. They dropped points at Palace. They lost this game to United. So, and it's just going to get tougher from them. They got Liverpool coming up. I think they have Newcastle coming up at some point too. Or maybe I'm confusing Arsenal with Chelsea. I know somebody has Newcastle next. I think it's Arsenal. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this was a big chance for them. And I'm hearing their fan base go off about, well, we're the world champs. We're the world champs. I'm like, well, the world champs shouldn't bottle it to Brentford. Like, what are you doing? So, and they keep saying how they're, they want to be in the title race, but this was their chance to like show everybody like, hey, we just won the world, we won the Club World Cup. We're champions of the world that we love to parade around. Go out and win your first 6 games when on paper 5 games they were all winnable, and they didn't do the job. So I don't know what to think of them. I don't understand their squad building whatsoever. They have no back line, but they spent 90 million on left wingers when they already had Pedro Neto. Like, why aren't you buying a center back? Like, we know Robert Sanchez is kind of a bozo. Like, Donnarumma was out there. You could have gotten Donnarumma, and imagine the leadership and experience he would have brought to that back line, to that team, and the stability he could have brought. But he didn't. He came to my team instead. So I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're just kind of chickens with their heads cut off, and I don't know what to think of them right now. They'll probably be dangerous in a cup tournament, but I don't see them. I thought next season might be the year they contend for a league title, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Maresca, I could feel the panic coming through my screen. I was like, what are you doing? Like, it just, I don't know. It's like he had a seizure or something. Like, what are you doing? It seemed like I could feel that he was panicking, and I was like, all due respect.
Oh. Whoa.
Thanks, Don C.
I want to just know where this is from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I put it up. Hey,
Don C is my number one hater. And so if Don C is not here hating on me, I'm doing something wrong. So.
Yeah, Don C a hater like that. He does it to me all the time, man. A man of no class, man. I apologize on his behalf if he won't. Sorry, go on.
No. Like I thought Chelsea were gonna. I thought Chelsea were going to take advantage of their schedule more than this, and they didn't.
Yeah, for real, it was mad. You mentioned that the panic through the screen. I'll talk about it in a second, but it was crazy. But yeah, your thoughts on it, Sophie, from both perspectives, United and Chelsea.
I think United needed a win so bad. So I think it kind of doesn't matter how you guys won. I think those 3 points are so important. It was a bit of a crazy game, wasn't it, really, with those red cards. I agree with what you guys are saying as well with Chelsea. I think a lot of us have had quite tough fixtures for the first few games. I think Chelsea have probably had it a little bit easier than us. So, like you said, I think if they're wanting to challenge for the league, I think they need to win these sort of games and have a good start to the season. I don't think Chelsea will be title contenders this season. I don't think they're there just yet. I think they might get top 4, top 5 potentially, but yeah, I think the decision making obviously wasn't great as well. And yeah, I just think, I mean, when Chelsea got a goal back, I was thinking to myself, like, are they gonna get anything in the game now? But yeah, it was too late by then. But if you're a United fan, you take that win. I think United need that win. And for all of us, we want Hanrun to stay. So I was so happy United won. So yeah, I think United, it's hard to know if United at the moment is very up and down. I think it's a good win, but you do have a lot of work to build on, really, because we've not had the best start, really.
No, we haven't. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Reminded me of that, Sophie. We've not had the best start. Amram's still here. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think from the Chelsea side of things, Gigi mentioned it. Maresco, I don't know what he was doing. I couldn't believe it. When I looked at, obviously, bringing on a goalkeeper for Esteval, that I understand. You got a goalkeeper on the pitch, but then you take off Neto, then you take off Palmer. And it's like you took off all your outlets. this made no sense. Neither a terrible side.
And
Let's
like
just call it as it is.
respectfully, like I know it's Old Trafford and I know it's United, but like
That's not the same United team.
it's not.
It's dreadful. Like that's what I didn't get when he was like, "Oh, they attack with 5, so we have to defend with 5." Have you watched us? Clearly,
Yeah.
you could attack with 15, and you don't have to defend with 5. Like I don't understand who he thought was out there, but it was just straight up panic. He's the biggest reason we won the game. He's the biggest asset. If he doesn't do that and doesn't take off all them attackers, I genuinely don't think Manchester United win the match. It's probably a draw.
Yeah. Well, I think when Manchester United went down to 10 men, I feel like Chelsea could have like, okay, new game, restart, let's go.
That's difficult to predict. That is difficult. And it's also, it happened 5 minutes into the game too. Like it wasn't like there was time to develop anything. It was just like, boom, he's done.
It's difficult to
pick Esteban off was bizarre though.
It's difficult to predict, but at the same time, it's kind of like, that's like also part of your job as a coach is to be like, let me try and see all the different scenarios that might happen. Like, what if something crazy does happen later in the game? Like, we have to try and give ourselves a chance.
Yeah, like, and that's it. And to Ogu says, to be fair, Maresca Palmer signaled he was injured after he'd already taken that off. He said he was injured before, so why blame him? That's what makes no sense to me. Why play him if he's in? You don't respect. This is me saying this as a United fan.
Yeah.
Don't need Cole Palmer to be us. What are we talking about? It's not like Manchester United are flying and it's like, all right, this is going to be a difficult game and they're going to be difficult to break down. Like, even with 10 men, I've watched Manchester United struggle against 10 men. Like, as we seen in the game against Chelsea, because we didn't really pepper them, but Maresca literally just panicked. Yeah. I was like watching the game, like, what is going on? Like, I'm used to Amrim doing them type of things, but Maresca just took the whole, not even a page out of his book, just took the whole book and said, yeah, I'm going to make these moves and help you lot win the game. And even then, we tried our best to give them the game back. Casemiro, nonsense. I'm a fan of Casemiro, but them 2 yellow cards. The second one, I do agree with Kels. I don't think it's a yellow card. I don't even think it's a foul, but you give the referee an excuse. Why make that tackle? Yeah. Santos is going nowhere. You do not
doing that on a yellow is just not smart.
Yeah, it's just that. And even his first yellow was stupid.
Also, he's an inexperienced player. He should know better. It's not like he's, like a young player who's like, it's his first. It's not like he's Kobe Mainu. He's like, 1 or 2 seasons or something like that. Like, this guy's been, won multiple Champions Leagues. He's like a 10+ year veteran. Like, he should know better.
Yeah, and that's it. And even if it was a young player, I'd be like, why are you doing that? And we just did our best because even after they went down to 10 men, we scored. I thought United were even good. We were terrible in that first half. Ball just in the air all the time. Not taking, like, if someone wouldn't have told you that United were up a man, you would have had no idea. You would have joined that game 6 minutes in, you would have had no idea. Go on, girls.
Do you think the rain kind of played a factor too? Because that was just like slip and slide at some points. Like it was brutal out there.
Welcome to Manchester. I'm born and bred. It rains here all the time. So it's like, you better just get
drain the field better. Hey, at least your roof didn't leak this time.
We got used to it. Exactly. I think
fix the roof leak.
I think we did, because no one's mentioned it. I don't know what's going on. No one's mentioned it, but their record at our place continues to be terrible, and beating them is always good. It just shuts them up. I don't even mind Chelsea as a team. Like, I don't know, rivalry against the actual club. Their fans talk, though. Their fans talk and talk and talk. So just to shut them up, obviously, not even the world champion stuff, all this stuff before, and it's like, yo, you lot ain't won no majors in a minute either. Like, you lot ain't great. We've all mentioned it about their squad and poor planning, etc., etc. They have some exceptional players, yes, but then their transfer window makes them. Like, Sanchez is terrible, but they thought Sanchez was going to be good enough. Centre back's not good enough. We know this already. Big up for signing Garnacho as well. They're all talking about, Garnacho going to come and dunk on you lot and blah blah blah. They even get on the pitch because he don't start for you lot because he ain't that good. At least Maresca's figured that one out. But yeah,
does Maresca like most of his players? I kind of feel like he's ambivalent to a lot of his players. Like, it doesn't seem like there's anyone besides Palmer where he's like, this is my guy. Like,
Caicedo is probably his guy too, but that's where there's like a disconnect between like Todd Bowley and the board, who are just like, well, we're just gonna buy everyone, let's have 50 players, and then the manager's like, I don't want these players. Like, you need to communicate with your manager. The manager has to be like, I need a center back. I need a new keeper. Oh, we'll give you more left wingers instead. Like, what?
Yeah, because he said he wanted a centre back, and they told him no. And then he find internal solutions. How would you mean to find internal solutions? How about
And
you
they shouldn't
sign
be
me a
surprised
centre
with the
back?
result.
Sign me look at my centre back options and what you want me to do. But it seems the directors are just happy being that window shows to me. They're just happy being a top 4 side. There's no intent to go and like, all right, let us actually try and not even necessarily win the league, but be involved in the race. I don't think Chelsea are that far away from a squad perspective. Like you put a quality goalkeeper and a quality centre half in the side, and you go, all right, there's something there again to contend. Because I don't think you have to be that great to contend. Like I think all the teams have holes in them. But you just about at least signing some form of quality, like give the manager a chance. But you just
and again, Donnarumma was there. They could have signed
Donnarumma and Mignon.
Donnarumma was right there.
Yeah.
And
he wanted to come to City, so
I guess they didn't want to sign Donnarumma. Mignon they didn't want to pay the extra money. I think it was like 4 or 5 million.
They've been linked to Magic Mike in Milan for how many years? And they wouldn't pay the money.
Yeah. But then you'll spend 90 million on Garnacho and Gittins.
Yeah. Well, Dortmund are known for that. They know how to pull the pants down for anybody who's trying to get one of their players. Like they're selling clubs and they're very good at it. So getting that kind of money for Gittins, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, I watched Dortmund. He's not that great.
You even want it like there's better attackers there. If they would have went and signed, I forgot his name, but there's another Don who's at Dortmund, and it's like, yeah, go sign him instead.
Oh, Adeyemi?
It is. That's the one, Adeyemi. I forgot his name. He better
amazing hair. I just gotta say, Adeyemi has some of my favorite hair in the league. Or in Europe. I just love the hair. My hair has 0 volume, so anybody who can do that with their hair, I'm just like, yes. Him and Chris Richards. Ooh, Chris Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming a very underrated center back too. Like he's improved massively. Like he's got to be up there with one of USA's best players. I know it's not saying very much, but that Crystal Palace team is getting. They're sneakily getting better, and a lot of it is because of their defense. They have a very good, the way they set up, and like I said, they took points off of Chelsea, and they beat you guys in the Community Shield. I know it's a Community Shield, whatever, but they're pretty good. Yes, that's facts. Expiliani. Yeah. Yeah, when Feliani was playing, that was great hair too.
Yeah, he had the massive throw, didn't he? It was mad.
Yeah.
Shout out to
They
Fellaini,
just
man.
kept going and going. I'm like,
That's
like that poor United fan who said he wasn't cutting his hair until they won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Shouts to him, because he was at the game. Shouts to him, man. I was saying, man has become an absolute sensation. Yeah, he was at the game. Yeah. He was there. I've seen the videos and stuff.
That's crazy what that fan did to him.
Yeah, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? People need to leave him be, man. Leave him be, just leave him alone. Like, there's no need to do trouble. Man ain't harming anybody. Like, he's just showcasing in a funny light how bad Manchester United are. Because look at his hair.
Yeah.
Look at his hair.
Online are just brutal.
Yeah. And that ain't gonna change anytime soon. So you could be like that for a strong minute. Like for real. You got style, you just need to, I don't know, style it or something. Do something with it. Like do something with it.
I mean, thankfully Amarim's 1 year is coming after we play them in October, because I don't think that they'll fire him before then. But like, is this just delaying the inevitable? Like, what are we doing with him?
Yeah, they delaying the inevitable. Our ownership is doing exactly what they did with Ten Hag.
Yeah,
this is just the set. This is season 2. Come on, Kels.
Don't they have to like pay him out a lot of money or something, or it's like a big financial hit for them? Like I don't know
if they fire him before November,
like 12 million or something. Like it's a big hit if they sack him.
United just posted record profits.
No, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. That's just something I heard.
I'm saying
these are true or not.
I'm saying, Kelsey, these are the excuses that get rolled out. I think it's like 12 million or 10 million.
Yeah, it is.
But I heard this summer just gone. That actually scratch that. I heard this about Ten Hag, and then they sacked him. I heard it this summer just gone when people was like, United ain't got no money to spend, and then United spent, I don't know, 200, 250, however much it was. I know someone in the chat will know. Like there's money there. Like they just get fooled. I keep saying this. Manchester United are rich, bro. Like, if you give me £1 million, I'm rich. Manchester United go to their bank account and have £1 million, they're broke. That's the difference. Keep saying this, like, when I seen the record profits, I was like, just sack the guy. But it's just incompetent.
You know what the Glazers will do? The Glazers will just liquidate shares and they'll just pay themselves out. They won't.
Exactly. That's why.
That's American owners for you. That's what Americans like. They like the return on
I ain't saying all that. Hey, shout out to all the Americans. Kel said that. I didn't say that. I'm not involved. I ain't involved in that. Shout out to all the American owners, though. Not them, no. But
that's stocks. When the stock is high, I sell.
But that's what it is like with Ineos. They did this with Ten Hag. Like you mentioned, Gigi, is it them delaying the inevitable? Yes. Everybody knows it's a question of when he gets sacked, not if. And this was before the season started. Like this was a heavy conversation. It's like, why are you going into a second consecutive season and there's heavy doubts amongst the manager? Ten Hag was the same. Now Amarim's the same. That's why I can't stand this ownership. I can't stand Ineos. Obviously, all United fans dislike the Glazers. But in regards to Ineos, yeah, they do well with player recruitment, selling players, buying players, that side of things. No complaints whatsoever. They get that pretty much spot on, but this managerial stuff is just negligence at this point. But yeah, you lot could spell the end. Because if we're off it and you lot are on it that day, it could be a bad one. It could be 4, 5, 6. But then again, did they even sack him? I don't even know if trust him to sack him then. But I think he's gone in not the next international break, the one after.
The November one?
Yeah, the November one. We played Liverpool, Brighton,
Yeah, 3
Forest,
international breaks. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm just so over it.
Next week it'll be 2, but the September international break is going to be like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, next season they said they're eliminating 2 of the breaks, so they'll combine September and October, and then there'll be like a November one, and there'll be like 1 in the spring, and I'm just like,
oh, so there's one in, so there won't be one in September, there won't be one in October. It's November.
I think next year they're combining September and October, so it'll be like end of September into beginning of October. Okay. It'll just be a longer break. I think it said 3 weeks, and I'm like, 3 weeks. Yeah. Don't make me watch USA for 3 weeks. That's gonna be torture. It'll just be a bunch of dumb friendlies and stuff. Because it'll be after the World Cup too. So like, there's nothing to qualify for. They'll just make a trophy up or something. Like that's what the Nations League is. The Nations League is just a made up trophy to play more games, to generate more revenue. And you wonder why all these players are getting injuries. It's because they have to play all these stupid games. Like I'm not trying to say that American sports are better, but one thing American leagues do is they give their players a break. Like minimum the NBA, MLS, they get 3 months off, like just straight 3 months off. Where they're just chilling. They're going on vacation. They're going to Tahiti or something. And so when they come back, you don't see as many devastating injuries in those leagues. I mean, maybe in the NFL, but the NFL is just a much more physical. Yeah. Like that's a brutal sport. They're just literally just tackling each other like crazy. So they get the ones, but like NBA, not as bad. Like I think if European football did that, I think you'd see a lot less ACLs and you'd actually get like, because everyone says that the talent pool is like drained right now, and I'm like, yeah, everybody's getting injured and they're playing too many games. So even if they're not injured, they're gassed out. Like your body can only go so far for so long, and that's why the quality is declined. I'd rather them get a longer break, and I'd rather see, get back to like the early 2000s when we had like genuine superstars, because a lot of the superstars today would just be average guys, 20 years ago.
The golden era, that's what that was. But yeah, you make a valid point in regards to the amount of games they're playing. And like, no one cares for friendly. I've never heard anyone say, I can't wait to watch this friendly.
Yeah.
Never heard anyone say that about international. I can't wait to watch this international friendly. Hey, you watching the Nations League final? Like, these are conversations that never get had. Yes, you have to put qualifiers there, but just eliminate friendlies in Nation League and just find a way to have qualifiers in probably, I don't know, a bigger chunk, and then give players more time. Because I don't really care for international football like that. Like outside of the tournaments, like World Cup, Euros, Copa America, AFCON, etc. They're fire. But the rest of them, nah. No one's ever Nations Leagues and friendlies and all this foolishness. But it's all a money grab by whether it's FIFA or UEFA or FIFA, whichever governing body it is. So that's what it is. Yeah, who cares for friendlies? But that's their lookout. Hopefully something's changed. Hopefully. But who knows? Big up to you lot in the chat though. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Anything else you three want to discuss before we do close out? Any games in particular?
Kelly got the Tottenham score, right?
I got the Tottenham score. Yeah, we can discuss that a little bit.
If you want to. I'm asking because we discussed your 3 teams.
I think Brighton might take some points off of some of the top teams. Maybe, especially down at the MX. Like they're always kind of tough down there.
Yeah.
They seem to. Oh my God, who am I thinking of? Their fullback, Minish. I think it's Minish. I forget what his name is. But that guy's a star in the making. Like I could see him making. I gotta look his name up. This is gonna annoy me.
He's Wingo. Is it a black Wingo?
I'm so bad. I didn't come with my talking points today.
You talking about
Minta?
Yeah, the right winger. Yeah, he's a right winger.
Yeah, Minta. That guy's gonna make a move to a top club, I think, next summer. And Brighton, they're a selling club, so of course they will. And obviously Baleba, Although he hasn't started the season that great. I know.
Got
I wonder
tough
if that
again.
that failed United move kind of rattled him a little bit, and he just kind of has to settle back into like focusing on Brighton. I mean, he'll probably get his move next summer as well. But Brighton just that was a fun little game. And then Tottenham equalized on an own goal, so I think it was off of not Lewis Dunk. Who's the other one? The other.
You talking about Van Heck?
Yeah, Van Heck, that's the one. I'm terrible with names that hurt Man City. Or like
they gotta get bad hair. They
clearly.
remember them. They need to get bad hair.
If they have the good hair, I'll remember the good hair.
I hear that. I understand.
You should hear us on our watch along. I go into big discussions on hair. I was really stressed during the Arsenal game. I got a little mean. I was calling Calafiori ugly. I was like, I'm being a total bitch. I'm sorry. This is totally inappropriate, but I was really stressed out and I lashed out at the wrong thing. So, but now I'm tuning in next time.
Yeah, I've seen you and Steven watch alongside. I already know what you're like, so ain't no surprise. I've seen that.
Steve is there. Yeah. Steve's in the blue cartel, so he joins the City watch alongs whenever he's free.
Shout out Steve every single time. But it was actually a good game. One thing about Brighton is they're in entertaining matches. They'll go, not only will they attack and go forward and try to win games because of the way they play, they'll give teams opportunities as well. So watching them, and they have good players.
They're not going to go into a game low blocking. They're always going to try to win. And a lot of times, because they're not very good defensively, they give up points easily. But they are always going to be fun to watch. I'm surprised Matoma extended his contract there. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to a better team because that guy's always fun to watch. He's always very dangerous, always a goal threat. And they're just always entertaining games to watch. And I wanted to see what Spurs had, and Spurs looked awful to start the game, but they did get better as it went along. And they got the draw, so you can't, granted it was from an own goal, but still, they got a draw when they should have lost the game. So you gotta give them some credit.
Yeah, to come back from 2 goals down and stuff, because it was like I said, it was an enjoyable watch, and Spurs were well worth the actual equalizer, to be honest, because the early goal, that was like Brighton's first meaningful attack. And I don't know why I thought Andrew was back in charge. I don't know why that line was so high, but Yari scored a good goal. No, Minty scored the first one and then Yari's hit. People are blaming Vicario. I just think it's a quality finish. You know what I'm saying?
That goal was sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people are blaming Vicario.
From way outside the box, I'm like, damn, that was a strike.
He just caught it. He just absolutely clattered it. And I was like, that's a great finish. And people were blaming Vicario got a hand to it, but still it's gone. But Spurs got back into the game, made the changes, brought on Xavi Simons, and they were well worth at least the point that they ended up getting as well. But you can't give up goals the way they did, in particular, like the Bergvall, because he tried to clear the ball and passed it straight to Yari. It's like, you can't do that. Criminal giving the ball away in your defensive third. Well, you lot, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel. Duncy, quit hating, man. I see you in the chat always hating all the time, man. No class.
The toilet.
You know what I'm saying? He's talking about even though we're even there, he's talking about Spurs Stadium because people say it looks like a toilet bowl.
It does kind of look like. I've actually been to Spurs Stadium. I went to a game there a couple years ago.
Was it nice? What was the stadium like?
It was brand new, or it only been there a few years, so it just had that very new shiny. But you could tell it didn't have a lot of the character because it just hasn't seen the big games yet, so it's just, I don't know. It's like when they build a new stadium here in America, you're just like, oh. You lose a classic stadium, you lose Yankee Stadium, and then the new one, you're just like, this feels a little hollow. It's just not, because there's there haven't been those really tough games, big tough games that win you titles and stuff. This just haven't happened yet in that stadium, so it's lacking a little character right now. But it's very shiny. It looks a hell of a lot better than the new Bernabeu, which honestly, I think the Bernabeu looks like a rice cooker. The new one. The more I stare at it, I'm like, this is a rice cooker, and it looks like the lid should just pop open, and then there's food inside. I'm like, this thing is hideous.
Hey, don't quit hating on some European champions. What's wrong with you? But yeah, you lot run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Hey, Sophie, shout out your channel. Let them know what you got coming up, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so basically my channel's Gonna Gossip TV, and even when Arsenal annoy me, I still come on here and chat about Arsenal. Obviously, I do content on the women's team as well, who are actually doing a lot better than the men's at the moment. So, yeah, that's basically where you can find me.
There you go, people. So you lot make sure you go subscribe to Guna Gossip TV, go support Sophie over there and support over here again. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hope you lot have enjoyed me filling in the spot people because Sunshine, she a big TikTok superstar, so she out doing superstar things. So that's why I'm here co-hosting. I'm saying substitute appearance and all that good stuff, people. But big up. I love to everyone that's locked in. Starting 6 on the Sunshine FC YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.